Down. Couldn't believe it until I stood up 10 toes behind Jesus.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on 10 Toes Behind Jesus podcast. My name is Brittany, and I want to talk about something that I said today in a reel I made, and I never really thought about it before. But I called prayer, fasting, and reading your word. Oh gosh, reading your word. I called those the big three. And again, it's not biblical. That's not anything. That's just for me in my life, my experiences. Those are like my big three. Okay. Um, as far as okay, we gonna get. Hold on. We gonna wait. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up. So I was talking about how this isn't the season where we need to grow weary, right? You all know the verse. Um, don't grow weary and no, don't grow weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And so, like, man, we all are qualified to reap. All of us that are doing good, we are all qualified to reap a great harvest if we faint not, which means there is a way that we can disqualify ourselves from the reaping of the harvest, and that's by fainting. So I said, what can we do to make sure we don't faint? Like what are things that increases our us um to not make it to the end? And so I said, but first of all this is came about because right now with the things that are happening in the world, the saints, the church, God's chosen people, we have to be sharp right now. Like, we can't allow anything to cloud our judgment. I mean, really, you don't want to ever, but especially right now because um, I feel and can see the world turning and looking to us. It's like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? And if we aren't where we need to be spiritually, if we're, not sharp, clear, like, we're gonna we're not gonna be able to uphold the standard God has called us to walk in and to lead in. So again, becoming weary, growing weary, that prevents us from being sharp. We're tired, we're fatigued, we're barely keeping ourselves together. How are we supposed to help someone else? So we have to make sure we don't get there. And so when we do go through things that kind of causes us to kind of start to slag, we gotta tap into the big three. We gotta pray, we gotta fast, we gotta get in our word. Those three things for me personally rejuvenates me. It um it revives me, right? Reviving something that's dead, waking back. Like, I'm getting closer to God. I'm learning more about Him, and the closer I get, the more I learn about Him, the more strength I have. Like, it's just okay. The big three, the big three, the big three. So again, I think about the big three. People pray, fast, read the word all the time, and still find themselves growing weary. So with that, I said in the reel, and again, I'm referring back to the reel because I didn't like think all the way out what I was going to say. I just started talking. As I talked and finished, I was like, okay, yeah, that just happened. So, got the big three. If there is something, if you still find yourself, I would say, struggling when you're doing the big three and this and that. Now, there's a difference between, like, just going through a season versus like working against yourself in a season, if that makes any sense. So there are things you're doing outside of this, out of the big three, that is hindering you from being able to grow, being able to come out of that season that you're in. I said there's probably some things you need to stop looking at, stop listening to, maybe some people you need to stop hanging around. Um, maybe some places you need to stop going, because the the three work. The big three works. Like, if I don't know nothing else in life, I know that the big three works. Okay? So if your big three not working, we got to see what's going on. We got to look at our life and say, what do I need to take out? Like, what is stopping me from hearing from God? What is stopping me from obeying God? You know, what is stopping me from reaching and touching what needs, like, we got to self-examinate. Scripture says examine ourselves, right? So um that's just all I want to talk about. Those big three, like, y'all, it works. If you find it not working, we really gotta take a closer look. And most times you already know what it is that's stopping you. Like, your friends may not know, parents may not know, but you know, and God know. You and God know. So the sooner we start becoming like more real with ourselves and our walk with God, the sooner we can literally get to where God has called us to be, and get to be who God has called us to be. So yeah, that's all I got for this episode. Don't forget to stay 10 toes behind Jesus, because you know he's 10 toes behind you. Y'all, cop some merch. This is a hoodie, 10 toes behind Jesus. Got hats, fanny packs, got notebooks. I actually have one right here. I love this notebook. Got some notes on there. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting me, for watching. Be sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on. We've been going up every Thursday, around like lunchtime to evening time. And yeah, just be on the lookout for some exciting stuff. I know it's back to school. I know I wrote a children's book. Haven't really talked that much about it, but there's some videos up here on some of the things, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.